out to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
To throw, Kaepernick. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. He rifles one, and that's gonna be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
A nice run there by Sanders on 1st down as he'll wind up with a gain of about 7 before he's brought down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. He'll get this one to Patrick. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Sanders, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Miles Sanders, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0.
Lions, nothing. Harrison Butker set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Kaepernick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play them and come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they could win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Second down, back to Sanders.
A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Miles Sanders
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They hand this off to Harris. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Here's Kaepernick to throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
29 is Mike.
On the give, this is Harris. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Play action. Now Kaepernick.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Bud Dupree coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And Rudolph has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jordan Phillips. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Now Kaepernick. He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down. Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They go play action with Hurts.
He'll buy some time right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts.
Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He finds his man complete. It's Patrick. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Here's Sanders. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
the ball carrier.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a collegiate star in nearby Michigan. It's Chris Evans.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down now. It's Sanders, and on this one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
He finds his man, complete. That's Patrick. Touchdown! Tim Patrick hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 3. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Let's 57, 57's run. Watch the run. 57, Mike, 57. Sunday. 50.
Kaepernick going to throw. And he'll go right back to Lamb. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
This goes out wide for Drake. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
57, Mike.
From midfield, here's Kaepernick. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Kaepernick. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First down. First and 10.
Kaepernick now on first down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Watkins. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Bears' 20-yard line.
Here we go. Tight end right.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A'Shawn Robinson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another run with Sanders. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier. The stop made by Myles Garrett.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Now a carry for Sanders. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.